Hi there, welcome to my YouTube channel and this video. This is Tina from tinaheals.com, and if you have a Taurus rising, a beautiful Cancer moon and a Virgo sun, then this is your video. So your rising or your ascendant degree is in fixed earth ruled by Venus. She is your ascendant lord. So the key to your natal chart is Venus, because this is the helm of your of the ship that you're steering. So steering, not stirring, steering. So this is like the helm, the ascendant, okay? And your moon is in cardinal water, yin. So the way you experience emotions is through the yin filter. And this is a moon in rulership in Cancer. You see, the moon rules Cancer. And this is a third house moon, which is very into communication and sensitivity to communication. The moon is how we are sensitive, our emotions. Now your sun is in Virgo, and it's in harmonious aspect to both your rising and your moon sign. Virgo is mutable and earth, so there's a trine happening with your rising and your sun sign, and with your moon and your rising, of course, a sextile, and also with your moon and sun, a sextile. So very, very pleasant. A lot of good experiences, hopefully, but that Virgo sun is definitely quite problematic. It is a fifth house sun, but fifth house is not a problematic house. It's a house of blessings and joy. So it's where Venus finds joy. So it's a very beautiful placement. Actually, it will make you very creative. And you have a right mix of cardinal, fixed and mutable. That also works well for you, because you can pivot between being fixed, being adaptable, and being used to change, because cardinals are used to change like none other. That's your moon. So the degree of the zodiac rising on the eastern side of the horizon at the moment of your birth is your ascendant degree. And the sign on which it falls is your rising sign. And this is sort of like the most you part of the natal chart. This is your physical constitution, your physicality, your psychological makeup, your how you look, how you act, how the world perceives you. It is the Jungian mask you wear to interface with society. It is how you are plugged into the matrix. The first point of touch your soul makes with the 3D. This is the ascendant, okay? And having your rising in Taurus, you are sort of an example of classically beautiful feminine features. And you also have that Cancer and Taurus. You're very beautiful, very feminine the way you look. You probably dress conservative, traditional. Both all three are in a way traditionalists, okay? So you like vintage clothing, vintage things. And Taurus is the archetype of the builder. Your voice is also very noticeable, very beautiful, because Taurus rules the throat and the thyroid. Taurus is a sign that has rulership over banking, finances, the creative arts, the beauty business, all things Venusian. And Venus is how we enjoy the world through our five senses. She is the desire principle. And through Taurus, she expresses herself as earthy and sensual. This Cancer, Taurus, Virgo, you could be a domestic goddess, looking after your house, tending, caring for people, giving people that safe space of being able to grow and be nurtured. Now Taurus is very, very much about consolidation and embodiment, because the 5 petaled pentagram that Venus draws is our 5 senses, as I just told you. So it's all right to be embodied in your physical body and enjoy the world, but the key to Taurus ascendants not, staying on the path is don't get enmeshed in materialism or trapped in materialism. Taurus, you want good things, you want luxury things, you want that car, you want that house, you want the rock on your finger. So all these things, and you have this inherent need for stability. You want money in the bank, and you probably have it, money in the bank, okay? Unless, of course, you have some other placements that sort of, disrupt this, but you have the endurance to carry through a task. You can complete things easily, work. You may not start everything, because this is not starting. Aries is start. Taurus is more consolidation, bring functionality. Okay, it's nocturnal womb energy. Both Cancer and Taurus very fertile. Even Virgo can be very fertile, so keep that in mind. The other thing now with the Taurus rising is, yes, it's about money, materialism, commodity fetishism, but it's about so much more, because Taurus is actually about awakening the third eye of the bull, which is the fixed star Aldebaran. And the Vedic people also call Taurus the Kritikas, the sisters that brought metaphysical knowledge to the world of humans. Okay, the shadow side of Taurus, selfishness, controlling, angry, the bull sees red, and moody, temperamental. That carries on to your cardinal water moon and rulership in the third house. You have a way about, your communication. The way you communicate it can be very empathic. You can be even psychic with this moon in the third house, and you can communicate about it. Virgo has a thing of a healer, and Taurus is very good with the physical body, so you could be into healing of some sort. Reiki works very well with this position. Okay, because Taurus can really engage with the world, and Cancer also wants to engage with the world. If you look at Cancer, it is womb energy. Taurus is womb energy. So they are always caring, nurturing. The moon is exalted in Taurus. So there's this beautiful connection of Cancer and Taurus. Okay, and there she is exalted, she's revered like the moon. Emotions, all the Taurus can be emotionally dry and cold, because it's fixed earth, right? It has a lot of grounding. This, you just want to root and build with Taurus. And with Cancer, you just want to sustain that growth. And in a way, Cancer is also about building and expansion, because Jupiter is exalted here. So it's definitely about expansion, about growing. Cardinal water wants to start new things. So emotionally, you have the need to try new experiences. Although Taurus is a very fixed side, and although Virgo is mutable, there's a very rigid energy about Virgo, a certain rigidity about Virgo. Okay, Mercury is still retrograde, by the way. Now, very moody, can be selfish, manipulative, possessive. This is the archetype of the mother. Cancer rules the breast and stomach. Immediately you know it's about nourishment. But it can become the devouring mother archetype. So that's something to, keep in mind. Don't let it become the devouring mother archetype. The moon is our emotions, our everyday habit patterns, how we connect, our psychic awareness, our imagination, the embodiment of our personal mysteries. Okay, our ancestral calling, the connection to our past lives. And the moon in Cancer is very beautiful, because it's ruler. It's a ruler of the sign, so it's very beautiful. And it definitely is about sustaining that growth, like I said. But if you look at the moon, it fluctuates the most in the sky. So the mood of a Cancer moon is very fluctuating. So today they're very close to the neighbor, tomorrow they can have a fight. Okay, of course, the moon takes a certain amount of years to mature and work through and understand. When you're most stressed out, your moon sign comes out first. Okay, this is about mothering, about caring, about deep feelings, about, having that foundation, that home. Okay, that is what your Cancer moon craves. And there could be, excessive sweet tooth with this, because Venus is sweet, and Cancer just likes to eat. Even if they are unhappy, they can eat. Eating disorders can be a thing. In Virgo is connected to the physical body as well, and food and digestion. So here you have thyroid, again dealing with weight and stomach and breasts, and the ability to digest. So Taurus, Cancer, if you put on too much weight, it will be difficult to lose it. But your Virgo is probably very connected to some form of physical exercise, and that is going to see you through. Now, Sun is not traditionally comfortable in Virgo, because Virgo is not about shining. The Sun is about shining. Virgo is about all things mercurial. Okay, and there's a beautiful trine with your rising. Virgo is also Earth, Taurus is also Earth, fifth house of joy, children. So it's beautiful. Your father could have been very connected to you in your childhood, very creative. But being Virgo, he could also be very harsh, judgmental, a man of service, a man who wanted to be industrious. Even the sun is where it brings radiance, illumination. So in Virgo, it's about healing the physical body. See how Taurus and Cancer and Virgo are actually very intimately connected with food and the physical body. Okay, and womb. The Virgo also has a very close connection to the womb principle. Although there is a very chaste archetype within Virgo, because Virgo is mutable earth, very adaptable, the most changeable, very flexible in the earth signs. And this is about service. Virgo wants to serve. A Cancer wants to mother, nurture, nourish. Taurus wants to root. So you're a very rooted, grounded person if you've tapped into this part of your natal chart. And you're probably definitely very emotional with that Cancer moon, but Virgos are not very good with emotions. So touching base with emotions is very, very important. But Virgo and Taurus are sort of disparate, because if you look at the ruler of Taurus, Venus, being in fall in Virgo, so you immediately see that the Taurian expression can be a thwart thwarted in Virgo, because Virgo is about hacking things to bits. So your sun wants to detail everything, very detail oriented, very, very much about completing things. So cardinal water wants to start, Virgo thankfully wants to complete, and Taurus wants to complete. But if you don't feel industrious with your Virgo sun, it's not going to be easy for you, and even the way you shine in the world will be not as bright as someone who has a sun on the midheaven or on top of the chart. For you, it's a more bottom experience, more on the unconscious. So there's a profound need to heal with the Virgo sun. You can be great at listening to people's problems and working with children with the Virgo fifth house sun and a Cancer moon and Taurus rising. Working with children, consulting with children, even careers. Virgo can be very discerning, because it is, after all, the ability to digest. So there is a very discerning element about Virgo. Virgo will cut something or break something up and will be able to put it back. That is how they learn. They say that Mercury rules Virgo, but actually Virgo should be ruled by Chiron, the wounded healer, because there's definitely a very healing component to Virgo. So you want to heal, you want to nurture, and you want to root and build. And what have you done with this beautiful, fertile energy? Drop me a comment below, book a reading, like, comment, subscribe. Thank you.